In the pocket on 3rd and long. Rush! Sacked by Chris Jones! Stone cold! Caught by Kelsey inside the 10! Inside the 5! Kelsey leaps! Touchdown! Kareem Hunt at the 10, angling to the 5! Into the end zone, left side! And it is good! Good! Here comes a rush, and he's gonna go down! George Karlaftis!
Well, in this Chiefs Rewind, Nashville, Tennessee, the Chiefs lose 26-9 to the Tennessee Titans. Chiefs fall to 6-9 on the season. This was a game where, I mean, you can't make it up. Gardner Minshew, the backup, playing for Patrick Mahomes, goes down with an injury, and Chris Oladokun has to play the most extended of his career by far. And Chris had his moments, but the Chiefs lose this one.
Yeah, tough one for the Chiefs here. Injuries obviously played a big role in the result today, but unfortunately, I think we saw some of the same kind of indicators we've seen all season, especially in our losses. Think about 3rd down on both sides of the ball. So we're just 1 for 9 offensively on 3rd down in this game. Meanwhile, Tennessee goes 9 for 16 on 3rd down. And 10 penalties for the Chiefs here in this game. It's our 5th game this year with double-digit penalties. No coincidence, we've lost all 5 of those games.
Yeah, and the 3rd downs, when you look at big plays, the Titans, who've played decent football, they've been playing their best football the last 3 weeks, but a 3rd and 4, pass for 25, 3rd and 10, pass for 24, 3rd and 6, pass for 15. The game was in doubt when those 3rd downs were made for big plays, and the Chiefs defense was hanging in there in the first half, but man, trying to get off the field on 3rd down has been something we talk about almost every week.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I think our front 7 actually played pretty well at times in this game. Nick Bolton had a big play. George Karlaftis had a sack in this game. Chris Jones, I think, played with great energy and heart in this game despite the circumstances. He stuffs Cam Ward on that short 4th down attempt, the quarterback sneak. But when you allow that many 3rd down conversions, and especially big plays on long 3rd downs, that's just backbreaking, and we couldn't overcome it.
And Isaiah Pacheco, 75 yards all-purpose in this game. It was his best game since the Raiders game. And the Chiefs actually put some things together, a drive at the end of the 2nd quarter with Chris Oladokun, who had not completed a pass in his career until this game. And so there were some things to try to extract out of it, getting ready for a short week, but it was good to see Pacheco get positive plays.
Yeah, and Chris Oladokun, I'm happy for him. He's been grinding on the practice squad for 4 years, been here a long time, hasn't played a whole lot, got in the Week 18 game last year, but didn't complete a pass. He goes 11 for 16 today for 111 yards. Brought some juice and some energy to a game that otherwise was kind of lacking it, I think. He goes 5 for 5 for 40 yards on the drive you were talking about at the end of the first half. Also moved the ball after the 4th down went our way, and we got the ball with a short field in the 3rd quarter. Moved the ball with some great throws and got us a field goal, but again, just not enough in the end when you have that many penalties and those struggles on both sides of the ball on 3rd down.
Saw some guys warrior up. You mentioned Bolton, 10-plus tackles for the 22nd time. That's 2nd in Chiefs history, only behind Derek Johnson. And then, before we go to the podium, a mention here of Travis Kelce. He now, with 800 yards receiving, has done it 12 straight years. Only he and Jerry Rice have done it in the history of the National Football League. Let that one soak in for a bit. But now let's go to the podium and hear from Coach Reed.
All right, as far as the injuries go, Gardner hurt his left knee. We don't have any results for you here. We'll get that when he has a chance to have an MRI on it. So as far as things go, I appreciate the effort of the guys. We've got a lot of guys that are having an opportunity here to play, and it's not as smooth as you want it, obviously. We've had penalties all over the place, so that's not helping us get off the field or stay on the field, and we've got to clean that up. But the positive you can take out of this is an opportunity for guys to play. And then obviously we have a short week here, and we need to get ourselves back and going for a good Denver team. So that time's yours.
Andy, you said you appreciate the effort. How would you characterize the energy overall? I'm sure it was hard to have guys ready for this with all the things going on.
Yeah, so the guys I thought were good. I didn't think that was an issue. They came out, they played hard and did their thing. We were just short on a few spots there. So and that got us along with the penalties. But as far as the other part goes, I appreciate the Chris's and the Bolden's and Kelsey's and Creed, Trey for pushing through and playing. I mean, those are guys that very easily could take a day off, but I appreciate the effort they put in.
You're missing guys every game. It's the nature of the league. In what ways do you just have his presence besides just his on-field play leading up to the game? Just it seems to provide a lot of energy, obviously.
Yeah, I surely don't want to take anything away from that because he does bring great energy. You expect other people to step up and go, and I thought I saw that this week. Guys trying to step in and raising it up a little bit. It wasn't good enough, but going forward. So you have to eliminate these mistakes. That's the biggest thing in a game like this.
What did you see in Chris's performance having to come in without any reps?
Yeah, I thought he did. I thought he did okay. He was able to get us moving a little bit, and I probably could give him better stuff to work with, but in particular, get him some more reps during the week. He didn't have any reps to lead him, but I thought for what he was asked to do, I thought he did a nice job.
Could you see what happened on the safety there? It looked like some linemen didn't know if it was a run or a pass. What was your understanding?
Yeah, I can't answer that. Yeah, I thought they knew what they were doing. Yeah.
You said that obviously with the injuries you are playing younger guys, but people like you guys can play Rashard yesterday or Jalen Royals or Jeffrey Bassett. Just what goes into the decision to play an inexperienced, maybe young guy versus not playing him?
Yeah, we got him a few reps in there, so 24 had a package, and so did, they all did. They all had a little bit of a package in there, but the other guys want to play too as they go, and so they want to go win the game, and so that's what you do. You try to come out on the top end of it, but we did have packages in for Royals and 2-4 there, so.
Where is Jalen right now, just in his progression as you sit here with 16 over the course of the season? Jalen Williams.
Yeah. He went through the injury part of it. He came back, and I felt like the last couple of weeks he's been doing better. This week we gave him a little bit more during the week to work with. So, but he's going to be okay down the road here.
Andy, at 6-9, this will be your first losing season here in Kansas City. Just what does it tell you about the sustainability you have had prior to the season, and just your initial reactions on how this season has gone so far?
Yeah, nobody likes to lose in this business. So, but my hat goes off for the guys that have put together all these years. That's part of it. We can learn from it and need to do that going forward. So it's sometimes a good kick in the tail helps you there. Coaches and players. So.
You mentioned the short week. I guess how difficult will it be to prepare Chris and have to maybe even bring somebody in if it comes to that?
Yeah, right. Just by numbers, if that's the case, then Brett's on it and looking at different people there. Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw, it seemed like Trey and Creed were trying to light a fire under some teammates up to that stage. Just wonder what you've seen from them. Obviously, that is maybe one situation where Patrick not being here was just seeing maybe some other guys sort of step into that type of role.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job with that. We had a mistake there that needed corrected, and they got to it before the coaches got to it. So before we could get them off the field, but that's all part of it.
Good. Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
It's always disappointing when you lose, man. I played this game since a young kid. All I wanted to do was have fun and win. And anytime I'm able to step on the field, that's the goal. Have fun, most importantly, and always try to finish with a dub. And today we was a little unfortunate, but we preached on giving high effort. I think a lot of guys flew around. A lot of guys got new opportunities, and we're going to keep it going. We got 2 more opportunities left at the end of the season, and we're going to try to finish strong.
Chris, a fairly unprecedented situation where you've lost a starting quarterback in 2 consecutive games. On the sideline, did you feel any extra pressure as a defense when you found out?
I mean, it's always unfortunate to just lose a player. Better yet, we're talking about a quarterback who facilitates the ball on our team. definitely an unprecedented situation that I never been a part of. But as Coach Reed say, we just we work with who we got and we just keep it moving. Defense, we always have the pressure on us to stop, give our offense the ball in good field situation and get off the field on third down. So, today it was no different.
Because you've never been in a situation like this before, how important is it you, the leader on this team, to rally around a practice squad quarterback that's got to come in and lead your team for the majority of the game?
I think my job don't change on this team. I'm still who I am. No matter the record, if we were 0-16, I'm still who I am. I still play the game with passion. I still love what I do. I'm still going out there fired up every play, every opportunity I'm on the field, and everybody else on defense. It's not our job to predict the situation. We're in a very unfortunate situation where sometimes you can't control it, and it's okay. You can finish strong. You can worry about the things you can control, which is your attitude and your effort. A lot of people can talk when they're up. It's about those that has character when you're down or when you're not in a favorable position.
How much do you feel like you guys can still train to lay out today?
We're talking about starters on our defense, very important pieces on our defense. We're talking about a corner who's made All-Pro in the last 2 to 3 years. We're talking about Leo Chanel, who we can move around. Their presence definitely was missed, but also gave us the opportunity to look at younger guys who has the opportunity to play today. Probably didn't have the opportunity when it was there. So, it's a building point, something we can build off of, especially with the younger guys going into this Thursday.
You're largely like a positive guy and positive presence. What tells you that maybe this season's more of a blip where you guys are going to be able to really respond? Not only the 2 games, but next year.
Well, we look at it. This team is a makeup of last year's team. And last year's team went, 14-2, 15-2, something like that. And there's not many pieces missing. And then you look at what's the difference. The difference this year is 1-score games. We didn't finish as crisp as we previously did. And that can make a difference because this league, the margin for error is so small. And we have so many games which are 1-score games, whether it was the offense, defense, or merely just special teams. We gotta hone in on finishing, especially at the end of the game.
Chris, what are your thoughts on Cam Ward looking quarterback?
He played well today. We sent a lot of blitzes at him. He was able to get out, use his legs, and get the ball out of his hands. And they ran the ball really, really well against us today. I think he had 21 carries for 98 yards. When they're able to run the ball as successful, then it opens up things for the offense. And we didn't do a really good job of stopping the run as we did in the previous week. So we can hone in on that. Coming up with Denver Broncos division opponent, it's going to be tough. They like to run the ball. They like to play physical. So this week going into film, we got to up our physicality.
Last one, anybody? Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, first off, praying for, not only Pat and what happened last week, but also Gardner. We don't know the severity of the injury yet, but, our QB room is so close. And so when you see, good friends go down like that, it's really tough. And then for me, being here for 4 years, I've always, you always walk through when your first moment's going to be and, when you're going to sort of get an opportunity. And so I've really just attacked these last 4 years like, you never know. And today just happened to be, an opportunity for me, and I wanted to take full advantage of it.
Players always say, backup players always say, stay ready. That's our job, to stay ready. I would imagine this is a great example.
Yeah.
Why you do that.
Yeah, 100%. You like I just said, you never know when your number is going to be called, whether it's a freak injury or, you just never know where you're going to go in. So we do a really good job of making sure everyone's prepared. And, being with Pat and seeing him go through his routine, the last 4 years. And Gardner, he's been awesome in the room and really helping me, come along and develop as well. So, all the credit to those guys and our coaching staff. They made it pretty easy for me out there today. Obviously, you see Gardner go down, and I hate it for him. And then the next thing, my mind went to is, all right, well, I got to rally the troops now and, go win a football game. Those guys out there, man, they battled their asses off, and I can't say enough good things about, you're out there. And my first completions to Travis Kelce. I mean, built a great relationship with him over the last couple of years. But if you would have told me my first, completion in the NFL was going to be to him, probably would have laughed at you. So, those guys were awesome, and now we have a short week, and we got to, move forward.
What did you, and I know it's in the media about from after your watch film, what did you learn maybe about yourself in this moment?
That the moment wasn't too big for me. I felt really calm out there. Felt like, I was seeing things pretty good. Game didn't seem too fast for me. And you just never know how you're going to react in those situations until you're in it. And, I'm never too high, never too low in those moments. And so it was good to go out there and get some, live, regular season snaps, because that's just something that I haven't really had, these past 4 years. So,
Chris, obviously, you guys miss Patrick on the field, but just his presence around on a game day, what do you miss about that?
Pat is the first dude. I checked my phone. He was the first dude that texted me. He's the first dude to help someone out, lend a helping hand, just, in past preseason, stuff like that. He's always, in the QB's ear, whether it's me and Gardner, whoever's been here. Everyone misses his presence. Not only me in the QB room, but the whole team, everyone in the building in Kansas City. We go off 15. So, he's doing his best right now. He's gonna come back, 100% next year.
Yeah, after the game?
Yeah.
Just to confirm, Patrick texted you right after the game?
Yeah, I opened my phone. He was the first text I saw, and just that's the type of guy he is. We've gotten pretty close over the last 4 years, and it's someone. I don't have a big brother, so in a way he's been taking over like a big brother role for me, not only on the field and my development, but also off the field, and just sort of. Just always being there for me. And so he's a great friend, and, he's like that with everyone. There's not a bad thing I could say about him.
Chris, this is a short week, and you're going to be the guys. How are you looking at this challenge and be ready by Thursday to get home?
I'm ready for the opportunity. It's a great opportunity. It's not only a great opportunity for me, but a great opportunity for our team. Go out there and battle, man. That's all I can ask of these guys. Go out there and battle. Obviously, we have a lot of young guys playing, but it's great experience, not only for me, but for all of our young guys playing. It's going to be real valuable for us, moving forward for years to come here in Kansas City. And, it's Christmas Day, the possibility of me making a first start on Christmas Day is pretty special. I have family in town and stuff like that. So, I'm looking forward to it.
From practice squad to press conference podium.
Yeah.
Are you able to appreciate or at least be mindful of the moment, or is it just business for now?
I think you always got to, appreciate the moment. I think Trav said earlier in the week, anytime you get the, strap on the pads and play an NFL game, that's special. And something I've, been looking forward to and wanting to do, since I was, 4 years old. So to have this opportunity, you always watch post-game conferences and, being here in front of you guys now. So it's surreal, but also, it's business as usual. Time to go to work and, get ready for Denver.
Chris, in game, how much are you drawing from what you've learned from that so far?
Oh, a bunch, just certain situations and play calls he likes. I think the biggest thing is the energy that he gives to the team. Those guys feeling that energy, feeling like, no matter who goes down, next man up, and, it's time to step up and play and battle with your guys. And, that's when I first came in, that I wanted the guys to know, like, hey, I'm here. We're going to win this football game. We're going to go in there. I'm going to give you everything I got, and I expect the same from them. And so, that's probably what I learned from them the most.
Your scramble earlier, and you threw right before the line of scrimmage, similar to what Pat did.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think I sort of got, because as soon as I threw it, I looked right at the, line of scrimmage, and I've seen him do that a couple times. I sort of had to, make sure. I've just seen it so many times. It's where I naturally went to. But, I've learned a lot from him.
Chris, right before halftime, you led the team to points. I can't imagine you've had a lot of practice reps running the 2-minute drill. When's the last time you've done that?
Oh, man, great question. Probably training camp. Got a couple reps at it. But also, I've been here for 2 years, and I've seen enough reps. I know our 2-minute calls. I know what we're looking to do. Obviously, in that situation, you're just trying to get points out of it. And to be honest, I feel like that's when I'm playing my best. I'm just playing free, no huddle. We're sort of, just on the ball and just, let me go rip it. So those situations, even Coach Jardy, our quarterback coach, told me, he's like, this is when you're best. So go out there and do your thing. And I was really happy that we're able to go get some points right there.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.
Congrats.
So at the beginning of the radio broadcast, I always give the injury report. It's like I could have had a week to give it, and then now with Gardner Minshew going down, there's some reports that it's serious, but we'll wait to see what the Chiefs medical staff and athletic training staff says about Gardner Minshew. but you got a short week now moving forward. And we talked about the rookies. Esapole struggled in this game. He had the false starts early. Jeffrey Simmons is obviously in his head. It was a rough day for the guys that we had on the list.
Yeah.
And not enough. No touches for Royals, and only one touch, I think, for Rashard Smith.
Yeah, on one end, because we had those struggles on third down, we only ran 43 offensive plays today.
Yeah.
I wonder maybe if we ran more plays and were able to convert on third down, had some longer drives, maybe we would have seen more of those guys at the skill position spots, but didn't work out that way. Overall, with some of these young guys struggling, this is going to happen for any professional football player. As excited as we were about Essa in those first couple of games, we knew he was going to have some struggles. I think for him now, how do you respond to that? How do you rebound? How do you go out there and put a good football game together against a very good defensive front in Denver next week? And that's the case for all of our young guys that maybe struggled a little bit today. We can still use this time as a benefit, right?
Oh, yeah.
What do you learn from this experience here today? If you can learn from today, hopefully that can help us down the road.
Noel Williams, we talked about him, played physical in this game. Gelati had the hold, but he still had a lot of good things in this game. And then Knowles had the jump on the 4th and 1 and the field goal to give him a new time. They could run time off the clock, and that's just a mistake he hasn't made all year.
Yeah.
And so evaluating these guys, giving them more of a responsibility, this is all valuable going to 2026.
Yeah, I'll give Knowles some credit. I think in the first half, on Tennessee's first touchdown drive, he made a great play at the goal line to save a touchdown.
Yeah.
Now, Tennessee scored the very next play, so we're not going to remember that or talk about it much, but it was a really nice play by Kevin Knowles. But then again, yeah, you extend a drive that eventually ends in points for Tennessee when they were off the field with that offside penalty. You can't have that, right? And again, that's a young player learning. Learn from these moments. You're going to make mistakes, and of course we end up losing this game. Learn from today and don't waste it.
Here's what's crazy. The Chiefs have hours, just hours, because there's a lot to discuss here with all the injuries. Who's going to fill in? I mean, you got to have a backup quarterback. Who's that going to be? Noah Gray's the emergency guy, but you had just hours to try to figure out a game plan and piece something together to get ready for Denver, and they're needing that game in the worst way.
Yeah, if Denver wins that game, if they win today as well, I believe they'd clinch the one seed. So they're playing to win. It's going to be tough for the Chiefs, but this is where you dig deep, right? I mean, we're missing a lot of our guys right now, and this season has not gone the way any of us expected. I mean, unfortunately, we just clinched today our first losing season since 2012. Not a lot of fun right now, but what do you learn from this time? How can you be better immediately because of how today went? And we're going to learn a lot about these young guys and our team over the next few days and how they go out and play against the Broncos.
And you have a Pro Football Hall of Fame first ballot coach and a Pro Football Hall of Fame first ballot tight end. You figure it out in just hours to do it. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you and your family. We'll keep you updated on the hours that we have prior to that game. Chiefs lose it here 26-9 to Tennessee. Thanks for joining us on this edition of Chiefs Rewind.
Chiefs Rewind is brought to you by Ford, the official car and truck of the Kansas City Chiefs, and by CommunityAmerica Credit Union, the official banking partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.